So how did we meet?
Ooh, we met through a friend, my best friend. Uh, hmm. I didn't really notice you at first. Wasn't even paying attention. I was looking at somebody else, and you know, just doing my
Let's
own
elaborate.
thing.
All right. His best friend and one of my friends had a baby, so we went to their baby shower.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't meet cordially at the baby shower. We met like after that. But I noticed him when he came in. And I was like, oh, he kind of cute. Me and another friend that I went to the baby shower with. She was like, oh, who was that? And I was like, oh, he kind of cute. That was it. I wasn't checking for him. Just so we clear.
I was on my thing. I was trying to do my own thing.
He did have a girl in his face the whole night. But I knew people that he was sitting at the table with, so I would turn around and talk to them. Not even trying to get his attention, because I was 19. How old were you?
I was 21.
Yeah, 19, 21.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't worried about him. I had 2 jobs, bought my own clothes. I didn't have my car yet, but I bought my own clothes. I was independent in my eyes, and I was okay with taking public transportation. But what was you saying about how we met?
Well, I mean, basically, like I said, we met through a friend. Friend said, "Oh, well, such and such. You remember Belle's sister? Blah blah blah. She said you were cute." And I'm like,
I didn't even say that, but go on.
But I'm like,
I didn't say that to the friend.
But I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. I don't really know Belle's sister, but let me see what's going on over here. So we set up with like a double date, right? Like, well, they set up with like a double date.
My thing, this is what they did, and it was all a lie. And when I found out, I was kind of like aggravated. They were going back playing the field. One person would say, come to me and be like, oh, he was asking about you. And I'm like, that's a lie, because he didn't even notice me at the baby shower. Then they would go back to him like, oh yeah, she asking about you. She keep asking about you. When we went to Applebee's with them, like a double date, if you want to call it that. I don't know who has dates at Applebee's. But then again, I was 19, right?
Yep. So, I meet her. When I get there, we sit down and eat. She wasn't trying to talk at all. She was like mean mugging.
I wasn't mean mugging.
She was just
I was going through some things with my bank, because TD had went and switched their computers, and they messed up my deposits, and that was that. So they was trying to knock me off my money. Long story short, he paid for the dinner, which I only got wings and a Coke. Didn't even eat the food, and I left him there. And he was working at retail at the time, so if y'all ever worked at retail, y'all know they ain't getting that much money.
Yeah. That's besides the point. I don't know where that came from, but I guess, but So
moving on.
I paid for the dinner. We went back to my boy's house. We chilled, and try to get to know her, but she really.
I wasn't beat.
It wasn't beat.
But I did apologize to him later on, and I said, hey, I'm sorry, it wasn't you, it was this situation, whatever. And then after that, I was like, how about we go out on our own? We started going out on our own, started talking, get to know each other. Long story short, our families knew each other, so it was just kind of easier, and then it was, I took it from there. Yep. So that's just a little background on how we met. Back then, when we actually went out on dates, well, we still go out on dates, but before kids and before real stuff came into play, when we went out, he would actually get dressed. Then that slowly but surely started dying down to sweatpants and t-shirts and gym gear. And
well, besides that, I think we jumped ahead of ourselves. We were supposed to start talking about
what? Jumped ahead of ourselves? What?
No.
Why are you laughing like that?
Because what we were going to say was we were going to talk about our first movie. I mean, our first date.
Okay.
Okay.
What was your first impression?
First impression.
Like when we started going on our own, not.
Oh, okay. Well, you gotta bring in the first impression when I first actually seen you.
You just said you didn't notice me.
No, what I'm talking about when I first seen you at at the not Buffalo Wild Wings, but Applebee's. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Applebee's. Yeah. So at Applebee's, my first impression was like, oh, she looks good. Like, okay, all right. But then I'm like, okay, she's kind of mad. Let me figure out what's going on here, and
That's what you that's what you said?
yeah, in my head, I'm like,
That's what you said.
in my head, yeah, like, well, she look good, but she upset.
So what was your outside appearance saying?
I said you look good. You're outside.
No, I'm talking about you.
Well, what you mean? Explain. My outside appearance, like my.
No.
Oh, what you mean?
Moving on. So my first impression was he's cute, but I wasn't beat because I was really, my mind, I have the mind of a guy. So I'm going to do what a guy does. I was young, freshly, like not freshly. We met technically like the mid-October of
Yeah.
of 2009.
Mm-hmm.
So mid-October of 2009,
Mhm.
I had just broken up with like this guy I was with out of high school in June that year. So I was off doing me. I was happy.
Mhm.
Like, and me and the guy was together for a long time, but it was a high school fling. So then when I met him, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be another hit it and quit it. I'm being honest. So that was my mentality of a dude. I was hitting it and quitting it. I was young, not having no kids, not getting married, not doing none of that. It was a hit it and quit it. He caught feelings quick, and I was like, wait,
Ooh.
that wasn't what was supposed to go down. I'm lying?
Whoa, hey. We gonna talk. We gonna keep it.
Oh, you want to go off screen?
No, we ain't gonna go off. I ain't catch no feelings now, but I'm like, I see potential. I seen potential. And
You was calling me every day. And then, this is the part that was just like, okay, like I said, I had 2 jobs.
Uh-huh.
So the part that got me, the nigga was popping up at my house. If y'all know my mother, y'all know Vicky ain't playing that. He was bold. I'm like, oh, he bold. Like, he would pop up at the house during the day. And my sister knew him, but she was like, oh, she not here. But if Vicky opened the door, he wildin'. He was wild. He came over there at night, y'all. Like, one night he came over there with the friend, and I had just got off of work. I got in the shower. It was like late, y'all, like 10 something, and my mama didn't like company that late at all. Like, that wasn't happening.
But she was cool, though.
She was
She ain't say
okay
that.
with
She was
that
cool.
because she had company herself. And I hear the doorbell ring. I'm laying down, like getting my tushy into the sheets. Took my bra off and just laying down, freshly out the shower, about to cozy up to the pillow. And my mom was like, "Oh, somebody at the door for you." I'm like, "For me?" And it was him sitting at the door looking like Doofy from Scary Movie.
She loved it. She was happy I was there. She
I didn't know he was coming. Kind of annoying, if you ask me. But yeah, my first impression was like, he's a nice guy. We talked, so I'm like, okay, maybe we could be friends. And then we, our first date was where?
We went to the movies. We seen couples retreat.
Yes. What was the date of that movie?
November 4th.
November 4th, 2000. I want to say 9.
Yeah, 2009.
November 4th, 2009.
Mhm.
Amani was born November 4th, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
How ironic is that? And we went to Nellie's. I didn't even know about Nellie's in Long Branch.
I put on.
The food was nasty, but whatever.
I put on. You said, hey, I still put you on.
It was doable because they got a big menu, but the food was nasty. But the conversation was good. He was a nice guy. He was gentle, but I was like, still in my mind, like, oh yeah, we just gonna do what we're gonna do, and that's gonna be it.
Not with me though.
Yeah. So moving on. What was your relationship goal?
My relationship goal, honestly, it was for us to grow and really grow to a different level. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, the way how I wanted to do it, I wanted us to really, really, really take it to another level. You know what I mean? Like, I seen potential. I seen that you were a hard worker. I seen that you wasn't out here in the streets doing it crazy, going, wilding out and nothing like that. So I'm like, all right.
Talk about it. It's like, no.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, she got her head on straight. So I feel like we can go very, very far. And honestly, it was the goal was just for us just to build something that our parents haven't seen. So, and we're still striving for that goal right now. And we're going to continue to strive until we get there.
My relationship goal was to get to know him.
Mm-hmm.
it didn't happen that way. It never happens that way. To get to know somebody, it never happens that way. But we're still growing, like you said. We're still elevating. We're still striving to break generational curses. You're looking at a chick that said she would never get married, she would never have any kids. And I said if I did get married, I would get married at 25. Well, all that happened completely backwards. Got married at 21. Yeah.
22, I thought.
Yeah, I was 22. Got married at 22. Had our daughter a couple months later. And still waiting for the other part for rich. Be rich. Because we got that poor one down pat. It's like that.
Yeah, she's crazy.
We got that poor one down pat. I'm just kidding. We not poor.
We definitely are working. She's a nut, man. Nut.
No, but I can honestly say since we've been married going on 8 years on the 14th, we have actually grown a lot. We communicate more. We're patient more. 2 kids in. We more goal driven. Like we always had goals, but now they're bigger and broader. And we realizing that the way, first of all, we're church folk. Okay, I brought him back to the church.
Okay. All right.
He ran away from the church.
Okay.
And a young tenderoni like me brought him back to the kingdom of God. Right?
Didn't really run away, but
he ran away. He was trying to be in the streets, but he's not about that life. Amen. But we back in church, our kids in church. So this is all new because I wasn't raised in the church, but it's pretty good. And I think now our goals are more bigger, and we realizing that everything God takes us through is not just for us, it's for somebody else.
Yep.
And that's the reason for this YouTube channel, because we've been through a lot at a young age. We've been through losses financially, family-wise. A lot of people like to say, like in church and in marriage, oh, we don't speak the word divorce, we don't believe in it. I cried divorce like how many times?
A lot.
It got that hard. And we still growing, but God is faithful. We never stop believing in God. We're still here. So we thank y'all for tuning in. We hope y'all like it.
Yeah.
Tune in for some more.
Yeah, she's a nut. You're gonna love it.
I am awesome. I am blessed and highly favored. Amen.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank y'all so much. We thank y'all. See y'all later. Bye.